usually see those cars kind of running together as teammates, kind of like you would see in like an endurance race or something like that. And this is about as close to an endurance race as most of these guys will race all year, with 50 laps around this track.
Not to mention the 27 minutes we had trying to get this thing underway. The lights on top of the pace car are out and go back behind the wall. Here we go. Field with Patrick Art, Jason Miller on the pole. Green flag goes in the air, and we are in fact racing. 3 wide already from mid-pack on back, and the leader spins all by himself in turn number 2. Cars go up in
Eddie
the
Howard
air,
hits hard.
upside down, comes back down on all fours. 5, 6, 7 cars pile drive into each other in turn number 2. Eddie Howard rocketed up in the air, came back and slammed the outside retaining wall, came down on all fours, and we have got a mess over in turn 2. But here's the beauty of UCAR racing. About 20 cars piled up there, and only one has not pulled away from the scene.
Unfortunately, that one is Eddie Howard, who just sat there and told me all about how he had not wrecked his car all year, and there it is now sitting there. He got completely airborne in that UCAR, which we talked about earlier. I've seen a UCAR roll here end over end before. It's not completely out of the question to happen. Howard just had nowhere to go, and these wheels, some of them stick out just a little bit, and it's
Lights on the pace car are out. May have to send that Deacon Jones Dodge pace car to pit road to top off on fuel.
or send him to Big Boy's truck stop.
Pace car pulls behind the pit lane wall, and here we go one more time. Green flag is in the air, and the race is on once again. Everybody scampers down to turn number 1. So far, we're clean. The leaders through turn 2, and they're thinking 3 wide on the backstretch.
That's Travis Miller on the outside. He's got Tyler Horn to his inside. Aaron Miller tucked in right behind him, with Dwayne Walker sitting in 4th, seeing what happens out there. Looks like it's going to be Travis Miller taking the lead going into turn number 1.
We have got a serious smoker at the back of the field, but it's not stopping him from picking up a position on the racetrack. Couldn't even tell the number on the car. There's so much smoke coming out of it.
I believe that's Wayne Penny. I saw him right after qualifying, and he was smoking just about that bad too. Said he was going to pull the car off the track if it was smoking pretty bad still. Right now he's still on the track, and that thing's fumigating around here as best it can.
Black flag number 2 given to him. Good battle for the race lead as the field exits turn 2, heads for the back straightaway. Travis Miller, Tyler Horn, Aaron Miller, Dwayne Walker, Greg Watson, your top 5. Lap number 4 complete.
Going to kind of knock on wood here. The field's actually single filed out pretty well from the front half of the field. Travis Miller holds lead, Tyler Horn 2nd, Aaron Miller 3rd, Dwayne Walker 4th. Then it's just about a full straightaway back to the 5th place, Greg Watson in that Acura. If he looks in his mirror, he sees Josh Taylor getting up on his bumper in a hurry. Chad Wall's right there too. Chad Wall has won a lot of these UCAR races in that car. That's a Richard Aliff Motorsports number 5 machine. He's doing as best as he can to get to the front. 45 laps to go, so still plenty of time to get that 5 machine up to the front. One around off of turn 1 and 2. That's 0-8. That's Joseph Pittman. Long night for Joseph Pittman. He's got involved in the lap 1 wreck, and now he's going to bring out the caution on lap number 5.
And we expect, hopefully, to get the 1 to go. Let's hope next time by. The orange cone to decide what they're going to do.
Travis Miller goes to the inside. Tyler Horn to the outside. Dwayne Walker goes to the outside. As does Josh Taylor, Patrick Arch. A few cars go down to the bottom. My guess is Mickey Connor's going to head up top. Not that he stays down at the bottom too. The 23 of Robert Arch. He's going to go up there and try to lead himself a race here in a little bit. said his car was snail-like. Not really sure how he's going to do that, but anytime your driver says his car is snail-like, you got to like his chances.
So with that move, he'll move up to the 10th spot from about 16th on the grid. He'll move up to about the 10th spot by virtue of the orange cone decision on his lane. So we'll go to the outside lane, and by the looks of the dents up and down the right side of the car, I'm sure he's not afraid to use the car to move someone out of the way.
You paid for the whole car, might as well use it.
Green flag in the air. Here we go. Through the gearbox they go one more time into turn number 1. On the brake, it continues to be Travis Miller. They're shuffling things upward. Dwayne Walker went wide in turn number 2 for the 4th position.
Try to single file out. Chad Wall gets way too loose coming off of turn 4. Just saves it, but now he's got Robert Arch to his inside of the red 23 machine. 3 wide right behind him.
One of those cars in the 3 wide mix was Jason Miller. Meanwhile, in the backstretch, a battle for the lead shaping up. Travis Miller, Tyler Horn wheel to wheel. You've got Aaron Miller mixed in that as well.
That's a 3-way for the lead right there. Travis Miller to the inside of Tyler Horn. Miller's going to get the spot. Aaron Miller now to the inside of Horn. He's going to try to make that pass coming off of turn 2. He's going to need a little bit more time, but he'll finish the pass off going into turn number 3.
Dwayne Walker skating around turn number 4 does a good job of keeping the car pointed in the right direction, although he's going to see cars stack up to his inside. One will squeeze by, another trying to follow suit on the backstretch. This from the 4th position on back.
That's Chad Wall right now to the inside of Dwayne Walker. Walker gives up the spot, but he's going to try to cross over, go down low. Wall's won a lot of races here in that car. He's really loose through 1 and 2, but that's just kind of how he makes that car run.
Lap number 10 out of 50 is now complete. Race leader continues to be Travis Miller. Miller's opened up a good 5 car lengths on Aaron Miller, who rides 2nd. Jason Horn is 3rd. Meanwhile, further back in the back half of the top 10, pole sitter Jason Miller trying to thread his way through traffic to work his way back towards the front of the field after getting collected early on.
Heck of a run by Jason Miller already. He's worked his way back up to 6th after having to start about 23rd, 24th back in the field. Says a lot about his car, but honestly, he hasn't really shoved his way up to the front as much as he had expected. Well, right in front of him right now, you've got Dwayne Walker passing Greg Watson for 4th.
Got these 4-cylinder engines wound out. It sound like weed whackers out there. It's Travis Miller, Aaron Miller, Tyler Horn, Dwayne Walker, Greg Watson. Trouble in turn number 2. One car got sideways, was able to save it and be able to continue on. Yeah, Ryan Daly was running 15th. Got sideways, saved the race car, and would stand under the green flag.
Big old boondoggle back there as they catch some of the slower cars. That's Travis Miller going to the inside of, I believe, Chad Scott, trying to get by it. Now, look behind him, 4 wide going into turn 3. Aaron Miller and Tyler Horn get through there. Horn gets the spot. Miller's got 3rd. He's going to try to cross over coming off of turn 4. Aaron Miller to the inside of Tyler Horn. He gets really loose, gets right down on the apron. That's not really going to work here, but Aaron Miller proves me to be a liar. He takes 2nd away from Tyler Horn. Move Horn back to 3rd as they're starting to work their way through a lot of slower traffic.
All kinds of lap traffic for the race leaders to negotiate. They've been able to do it successfully. Travis Miller in the exchange has been able to open up a good 15 car length advantage. Aaron Miller has Tyler Horn pestering him from behind.
It is just an absolute mess out there on the track. If you're sitting in a slower car on the track, and that is the 81 of Jason Miller. He had a good run going, was working his way through the field. Had gotten up to 4th or 5th. And here he is now pulling onto the backstretch pit road. His night is effectively over. Tough break for a pole sitter tonight. Had a good run going, worked his way back up there, and he's going to fall well short of the 50 laps.
Travis Miller leads Aaron Miller. Meanwhile, Jason Miller's off the pace. You can't swing a dead cat around here without hitting a Miller, for God's sake.
Well, you got one less you got to worry about now with Jason Miller out of the race. Tyler Horn up to 3rd.
Not that we condone swinging dead cats.
I mean, but sometimes you got to swing a dead cat. That's all I'm saying. Out front is Travis Miller. He's got Aaron Miller about 3/4 of a second behind, and then it's about 0.39 back to Tyler Horn. Those three are full 5 seconds ahead of Dwayne Walker, who runs fourth. Walker was really fast in qualifying, but looks really loose tonight. He's had a hard time keeping that car underneath him. And then it's just a mess of cars a lap down on the lead lap. They're all over the place.
Closing in on the halfway mark, which will be 25 laps of the scheduled 50. My math tells me.
That East Carolina education right there.
It is, I'm telling you, 22 laps complete. UCARs covering the entire racing surface. After the slow start, this thing's been clicking off pretty good here. Most of these drivers finding a nice piece of real estate to make their laps and circle the racetrack in this longer endurance type UCAR race.
If Travis Miller looks in his rearview mirror, Aaron Miller is starting to catch back up, and Travis Miller's got a lot of slower traffic ahead of him. So far, Travis has done a good job keeping ahead of Aaron while working through a lot of slower traffic. It's been tough to get around some of these cars, and as he gets closer to the front, he's going to find guys a little less willing to back off as they're racing for position. They catch the Cecil Waller car in 12th. They're going to put him a lap down. Waller got a little bit loose coming off of turn 2, and that lets Aaron Miller get right up to Travis Miller for the lead. And in typical UCAR fashion, you have a 99 car on the outside, 3 wide coming off of turn 2. We're going to try to make it 4 wide. Travis Miller has nowhere to go. He's going to lose the lead to Aaron Miller. He's packed up right behind the Mickey Connor machine with nowhere to go, and Aaron Miller just checks out on Travis Miller.
Great racing in the UCARs with the leaders all knotted together, working their way through lap traffic, going 3 wide and sometimes 4 wide to pass this traffic. Still, leaders in heavy traffic with Aaron Miller. He's got double wide lap car sitting just in front of him, racing back to turn 1.
You're going to be classy in Wilson County. You're going to do things double wide, and they're doing it right just like that, right ahead of Aaron Miller. He's going to clear the 21 car. That's the 21 car. The 11 car there. That is James McDuffie. He's going to go a second lap down. A lot of cars in front of them there. Mike Hare giving that move over flag as frantically as he can. Nobody really seems to want to pay that much attention to him now, though. Aaron Miller has about a half-second lead ahead of Travis Miller. They've completely checked out on Tyler Horn, who's trying to catch back up, but without some help from some slower traffic, he hasn't been able to do a whole lot with them.
Lap number 30 about to go on the board. 20 to go this time by. 20 laps to go this time by in the UCAR feature, the Thanksgiving All-Star Classic. Leaders again clearing some lapped cars across the start-finish line, diving back into turns 1 and 2. Good racing from second on back.
David Wiggins didn't do anybody a whole lot of favors right there, except for maybe Aaron Miller. Held up Travis Miller and Tyler Horn, and what was about a 0.3 or 0.4 disadvantage for Travis Miller turned into about 3/4 of a second in a hurry. Now it's all the way back to a second and almost a second and a half back for Tyler Horn as they try to race off of turn number 2.
32 laps are going up on the board this time by. 32 laps complete, 18 to go. It's amazing the discrepancy in speeds out there from the faster cars to the slower cars, but let's face it, if you didn't have slower race cars, you wouldn't know who was fast. Car spinning hard into the inside retaining wall in turn number 4 down at the bottom of the racetrack.
That looks like Chad Wall down there. His car is usually pretty loose like that, and he just came off the corner, and like we were talking about earlier, you want to kind of get in the gas sometimes to straighten it out. Unfortunately, sometimes it's straightening it out right into a wall, and that's where Chad Wall's come to a stop. Looks like he's got heavy damage to his left front. That might be it for the night for Chad Wall. Tough break for him. He's won a lot of races in that Richard Aliff Motorsports machine. The big old flag and says we got 1 to go this time by. Aaron Miller's going to go to the inside. Travis Miller to the outside. Dwayne Walker's going to stay to the inside, and that's going to let Patrick Arch move up there. Robert Arch stays to the inside. Josh Taylor heads up high. And then the rest of the lap cars are all going to kind of file in double wide behind them. Going to be interesting to see how this restart plays out now. Who's been saving what? You know,
So the pace car pulls behind the wall and the field in control. The race leader will jump back on the hammer between the white lines and the green flag goes back in the air.
Another awful restart for Josh Taylor. He's going to lose 2 or 3 spots right off the get-go. Falls to the very tail end of the lead lap. Meanwhile, out front, Dwayne Walker gets to the inside of Patrick Arch. He's got 4th all to himself now. Arch tucks into 5th, while Greg Walston takes a spot from Robert Arch.
The battle for 2nd continues to be a good one. Tyler Horn has got Travis Miller all over his back bumper. They race from 2nd, 3rd, and 4th with Walker there in the number 4 position, all behind the race leader, Aaron Miller, 34 laps complete.
Aaron Miller really hasn't been able to check out on the guys behind him, but really his saving grace right now is that Tyler Horn and Travis Miller are basically nose to tail, bumper to bumper, just doing what they can to try to, well, Tyler Horn trying to hold back Travis Miller. Miller trying to find a way around, but now Horn starts to apply the pressure to Aaron Miller coming off of turn 4.
15 laps to go. We got a car against the outside wall over in turn number 2. Continuing to roll, it's James McDuffie. And the 2nd and 3rd place cars get together on the back straightaway trying to check up as the caution flag flies. 2nd and 3rd place, Tyler Horn, Travis Miller bang quarter panels as the slow car up against the fence was trying to get out of the way.
On the track, and now we've got them both back on the lead lap at the same time.
It's a scorer's dream, Ken. They love when they run the duplicate numbers and they're both on the same lap.
Aaron Miller again going to take the low side. This time Tyler Horn stays down low, and that's going to let Travis Miller get by him the easiest way possible under caution. Dwayne Walker follows him up there. He's going to restart in 4th. You've got the 1 of Patrick Arch. He'll stay to the bottom, as will the 90 of Greg Watson. Again, Robert Arch is going to try to go up and around.
So the pace car, the lights are out as we get set to go back under the green flag. Limited late models getting ready to go racing next. Limited late models up next. That should be a fantastic show. 36 cars to take the green flag there. Green is in the air for this one, however, and we are restarting. Aaron Miller on the brake, squeezes out to the inside, and there's cars beating and banging further back in the field. Everybody gets away unscathed.
Greg Walton goes all the way up the track. You need a Sherpa to get that high up the bank, and normally, and Walton's going to lose a whole bunch of spots. Great job by saving it and keeping it off the wall. Meanwhile, out front, Aaron Miller still has the lead. Tyler Horn's in 2nd. He's got Travis Miller right behind him. Travis tried to get by on the outside and by using the cone, nothing there. Now he got a beat and banging back in the field.
3 wide on the back straightaway in the UCAR division. See who's going to come out of this thing. They stay 3 wide in turn number 3.
They come off of turn number 4. Greg Walston's going to get the spot. He's going to pass Mickey Connor and the 6 of Corey Alexander. Alexander's a big loser out of that, although he's been a lap down anyway, so really didn't play a huge part in that. Out front, single file of the front 4 for the lead.
Meanwhile, up front, it's Aaron Miller leading Tyler Horn, Travis Miller 3rd, Dwayne Walker 4th. Patrick Arch is running in the number 5 spot as Tyler Horn has thoughts of leading this thing. He looks to the inside, and the battle for the top spot is at the start-finish line.
Aaron Miller tries to come down a little bit on Tyler Horn to block. There's nothing there, though. Tyler Horn's going to get the spot coming off of turn 2. Travis Miller tries to take advantage as well. Nothing there, but Aaron Miller comes back to the inside. Aaron Miller on the outside. Horn's going to slam the door on him, though. They come off of turn number 2, just trying to get a nose underneath. It was Aaron Miller, but Tyler Horn has the spot.
Back across the stripe. 9 laps to go. 9 to go. The leaders head off into turns 1 and 2. And the 2nd place car slides up, makes contact with the outside retaining wall. It's Aaron Miller by himself, dove into turn number 1, trying to get advantage on the inside of the leader, Tyler Horn. Car broke loose. He did a 4-wheel slide up against the outside wall, gently kissed it, the yellow paint, and Aaron Miller will also go to the bottom of the track. That gives Dwayne Walker the outside front row starting spot. So There you go. The strategy being played by Aaron Miller, or rather, I'm sorry, Travis Miller on this play. Travis Miller went to the bottom of the track, so he'll start third, giving up his second position on the racetrack.
Tyler Horn and Dwayne Walker are going to lead the field off of turn 4 this time by. Take the green flag from Mike Harrell. See how this all plans out.
Pace car better get out of the way and get out of the way in a hurry. Here they come. Dwayne Walker inherits the second spot. Green is in the air, and Dwayne Walker gets a great restart. He'll pull even down into turn number 1. Battle for the race lead is a good one as they exit turn 2. Meanwhile, cars go spinning down to the inside apron. Hard contact down there, and the caution flag flies one more time.
One of those cars that got collected was, I believe, Aaron Miller out there. Just when it rains, it pours, and had a car down there. Miller had nowhere to go, got collected up.
Lights on the pace car go out. Here we go. Inside lane for Tyler Horn. Outside for Dwayne Walker. And looks like they will alternate the orange cone inside, outside throughout the rest of the field. So no major surprises on the lane choice this time. Still with 9 laps to go. And sadly, we got a car. There we go. Had a car that stalled down here on the front straightaway, but was able to refire immediately. So this field's going to have to scamper around the racetrack to try to catch up with the lead pack, who's in turn number 3 with a pace car about to go back behind the wall. Here we go.
This can only end well.
Yeah. Green flag back in the air, and we're racing again. And quickly we go 3 wide. From 4th on back, they settle that out in turn number 1. They're side by side, however, for the race lead.
That's Taylor Horn on the inside. He's got Dwayne Walker to the outside. Walker actually came to the line first, got a great restart, but now Horn's charging on back on the inside. He's going to lead the lap. He's got Travis Miller right on his bumper with Walker on the outside.
Off turn number 2, 3 cars together now for the race lead. Travis Miller is there. Dwayne Walker still holding his own on the outside lane. 2 cars stacked up to his inside.
Normally got to pay double for that kind of action there, Alex. You got Horner out for the lead. You have Travis Miller to the inside. He's going to make the pass on Dwayne Walker. Walker falls back to 3rd. David Wiggins with a nice comeback. He's 4th all by himself, and then it's back to Mickey Connor in 5th.
Front 3 settle things down, although they are still nose to tail, literally bumper to bumper, back to turn 1. 44 laps complete, 6 to go.
Leaning on each other back in the track. That's Patrick Arch on the inside of
someone.
Got a date.
Oh, Dwayne Walker gets loose off of turn number 4. He was running 3rd, a tight 3rd, got loose off turn 4, and he has lost a full straightaway and then some, as David Wiggins was able to get by. So Wiggins will go to 3rd. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead is across the stripe.
Heck of a battle for the lead. Looks like we have another car off the pace on the outside. That's the 0-1. That is V. Chad. Chad Scott right there, well off the pace. Stay on the high side. He should be okay. Lots of different lights blinking in that car. That can't be a good thing. Out front, Tyler Horn still leaving Travis Miller. Miller's just kind of coasting behind there. He might be waiting to make a big last lap bonsai move.
3 laps to go to decide it. Those 2 cars have put on a heck of a show all race long. They're on the back stretch still, nose to tail, clean air in front of them. They will, in fact, catch some of the tail end markers with 2 laps to go. Here's Travis Miller looking to the inside of Horn. A lap car just in front of them.
Travis Miller's going to look to the inside of Horn, gives him a little bit of a tap going down the backstretch. They dive into turn 3. Horn slams the door, puts his car right down on the apron. They come off and take the white flag this time by.
White flag in the air, 4/10 of a mile remaining. It's Tyler Horn leading Travis Miller back to turns 1 and 2. Will he make the move? This time he looks to the outside on the back straightaway. Nothing there. Diving back to turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Tyler Horn, Travis Miller. Who's it going to be? Off the lane. Last-ditch move from Miller. Not good enough. Tyler Horn wins as we have crashing going on in turn number 2. Cars slide down to the inside, make contact with the inside retaining wall. These are some of the back markers after the checkered flag flew. Congratulations to Tyler Horn, picking up the UCAR feature win on the Thanksgiving All-Star Classic weekend. Travis Miller will be credited with the second spot. In a hard-fought race, David Wiggins picks up position number 3. Mickey Connor will get credit for the 4th spot, and Cecil Waller. "36 cars to go 75 laps of racing on that one. Should be fantastic." Let's go trackside now to Ken Childs.
Tyler Horn, your winner tonight. Heck of a race out there. A lot of beating and banging. He gets a Travis Miller fist bump right there. Heck of a race, Tyler. He went out there, beat and bang, and had to race through traffic, against traffic, leaning up against traffic. Talk about your run tonight. Talk about your win.
It was a tough one. Whew, that was probably the hardest drive I've done all year, the best drive I feel like I've done. It was wild, forever following Travis and Aaron. I didn't think I had nothing for them. And then I noticed the last restart, they started to give up a little bit. I took advantage of it. And those last 10 laps were probably the longest laps of the race. I didn't lead many laps, but I think I led the one that counted. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Semper 5 Vehicle Storage, Waller Tire, Rogers Auto, Eastside Auto Salvage, JD's Salvage and Recycling, R&D's Welding Services. I'd like to thank everybody that came out here to support me tonight. I have some new fans that came out here to watch. Roger, Barney, Nate, I had some new fans come out here. Glad they can make the journey, and glad to be here and ready for next season.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tyler Horn, your winner tonight. Give him a big round of applause out there. Second place tonight, Travis Miller. Travis, hard-fought battle. Just about had it, fell a little bit short. Talk about your race.
Wow, I have a lot of respect for these late models guys running these 100 laps races. This 50 laps got the best of this car here, but I want to congratulate Tyler and his win. I knew it was going to be a good tough battle between me and him in 18, and I thought I had a little something for me at the end there, but still had a good time, and I appreciate the fans coming here and weathering the cold here, and we appreciate them coming out. I want to thank Waller Tire Service. They're out, all my crew out here tonight. Thank my wife for coming out here and supporting me and sitting out through the cold. Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue, Mike's Farm, J&E Salvage, and thank the good Lord for getting me a safe race.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Travis Miller finished second tonight. David Wiggins, I'm sorry about that, bud. David really kind of drove in obscurity almost most of the night. Just kind of rode back late in the race, scooted up to third, got yourself a podium finish out of it. Talk about your night.
Yeah, I'd say my tires kind of laid back a little bit. Waited till about 20 laps to go, and felt like that some of the other cars had burnt the tires up. So I just laid back a little bit and got me a third place finish.
Was it kind of hard to lay back? You're used to running these shorter races. Is it hard to pace yourself over 50 laps?
Yes, it is. I had a spotter really good talking to me, telling me to lay back, save your tires. So he kept on me. That helped out a whole lot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, David Wiggins finished third tonight, Travis Miller second. Tyler Horn, the winner tonight in the UCARs.